Hello, happy Monday, and welcome to the Monday Morning Pep Talk. In this week's installment, we're going to dig into I should be more productive. Whether we're talking about productivity in your life, your work, or your side hustle, we often look at productivity as a key metric. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is when I optimize for productivity, I usually end up failing to make significant progress on the most meaningful things in my life. I find a focus on productivity only helps me make incremental progress on a lot of different things. Whereas when I focus on outcomes, it gives me the opportunity to make meaningful progress in the few areas of my life that are actually going to have an outsized impact on my overall quality of life. So what's the problem here? I think for many of us, when we're struggling to accomplish something, our mind immediately goes to, I need to be more productive. So we end up focusing on strategies like that we can implement to be more productive and do more things. Like we treat productivity as the metric. So how can we more productively reframe this? Start by asking yourself, what projects and opportunities in my work and in my life will create the most progress towards the overall life that I actually want to live and achieve? Then ask yourself, what are the outcomes that I want to achieve through these projects and opportunities that I really think are meaningful? And finally, ask yourself one of my favorite questions, which is, what would this look like if it were easy? What moves could I make that would make this big, ambitious goal become realized with less effort? This helps you focus on what you want to accomplish and the most efficient kind of steps and moves, as opposed to just saying, I need to be more productive by doing more, less meaningful and impactful things. So I was actually having a conversation with a friend and colleague recently who was asking for guidance on how to judge their productivity. So the question I asked them was, is productivity the thing that you really want to accomplish? Or are there some meaningful goals or outcomes that you want to focus your time and effort towards that would actually allow you to do more? So in this case, two of the opportunities that we discussed that would have an outsized impact were going after some additional funding and identifying and hiring new team members. A focus on these two items in the short term would increase their ability to do a lot of initiatives down the road, whereas if they focused on trying to move all these initiatives at once by themselves, it would be much slower going to make meaningful progress. I know the shape of this because I've been through this over and over in my career. I even did it in the early days of Careerage. I was trying to do one-on-one coaching and group coaching and courses and community all at once. So I was making incremental progress in 4 areas rather than making meaningful progress in one key area. When I switched my focus to only one-on-one coaching, it gave me the opportunity to do several things. Build a very strong pipeline of prospective customers, build deeper relationships, as well as stronger coaching skills, and earn enough money to start contemplating who I can partner with to do the other things that I do not have time or in some cases interest to do. So what can we do this week to move from productivity to real impact in our lives? The first thing, if you're worried about your productivity, is to actually take stock of all the roles you play in your life, at home and at work, and ask yourself, what are the outcomes associated with each of these roles that are most important to me? And this may end up being a long list. There's everything related to ourselves. For example, what are the things I need to do to take care of my mind, my body, my soul, my livelihood? There may be your role as a partner or a parent, a sibling, a child, a caretaker, and the commitments and the outcomes that go with each of those. And then there are your work roles. Even if you only have one job, technically, within that job, you could have several roles. For example, leading a team, leading a project, managing a customer, creating a deliverable. Once you've considered all of your roles and a few key outcomes from each, you should have a relatively full view of all your commitments. Once you've done that, ask yourself what roles and what outcomes are the ones that are going to provide me with the most leverage. What are the things that I can do that will help me to do more of what I want to do? The expression you probably heard me use before is, what are the lead dominoes that are actually going to give me more time, effort, and space to accomplish the things that I really want in my life? And finally, for each of these key roles and outcomes, ask yourself, what would this look like if it were easy? What are the few steps I can take that will have an outsized impact on this particular important goal? And second, where can I set boundaries to say no or defer things that aren't going to actually serve those couple of key priorities or outcomes that I've decided to focus on? Please give it a try. Let us know how it goes. If you're looking for a supportive ear or a thought partner, please don't hesitate to drop me a line. Thanks, as always, for your time and attention. We love you, we believe in you, and we're here for you. We hope you have a great week, and we'll see you again next week. Take care.